Long day lay low. Right. Welcome, everybody. Another episode of Comics and Conversations. Determined to get cool books to you, fun books to you, get these books funded. I got a strawberry apricot, sugar-free, aspartame-loaded Red Bull. Delicious, scrumptious. Got a Gatorade Zero. These don't have aspartame in them. They're just don't have sugar in them or something. But, yeah, so we're ready. We're ready to go. And as always, we have the amazing, the lovely, the talented Angela Curry. What's going on?
Not much. How you doing, Jason? Happy Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday. Normally we don't do these on Saturday. We normally do them on Sundays.
I know.
We're throwing all of YouTube off.
I know. It's so much that it didn't send me a notification.
Yeah, that's what YouTube doesn't sometimes. Like, I remember Luke did his sing along of Doom yesterday, and was it yesterday? Yesterday or Thursday? And I think it was Thursday. But I think I got the notification way into it. So yeah, YouTube's stupid. It's supposed to send you a notification a half hour before the stream goes live. If you hit the bell, if you don't have the bell hit, it won't send you anything.
Do I have the bell? Have I rung your bell, Jason? Let me see.
You can ring my bell.
Do I have the bell set? Oh yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, so if you have the bell hit, it's supposed to send you a notification a half hour before someone goes live. So, but YouTube doesn't like to do what YouTube wants to do. So yeah, but it's Saturday. ALAZMAT is not here.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
I'm sure he's fine. He's big time. Like Shelby, Irene, Jimmy Reyes, Comics Journey. Well, now ALAZMAT, they're all too big time for me. Is what it is.
Don't forget Phil Diaz.
No, Phil comes on.
That one time he almost didn't, though. Remember, he was.
Yeah, but he still came on. He still came on, though. He still showed up.
There's still a chance. We got like 6 minutes in, anything could happen.
Yeah. So yeah, but I guess when you're big time, you stay away from little channels like me.
Yeah, hitting all the cons. You're like, who has time for these small folk?
That's right. So yeah, what only have 4 fully fulfilled campaigns out. That's fine. That's fine. So in the meantime though, we have a chat, Angela. We have a chat. I did see that Kit Kat said meow. I saw that. So Shelby loves that cat. Shelby loves that cat so much that he dressed it up in a costume, took a photo of it, and posted it on the social medias. That's how much he loves that cat.
Which social media was this posted on?
I saw it on Instagram. Was
it on the Twitter?
I'm sure it's on Twitter. I think he shares it to all of them at the same time.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to look this up. I gotta. Yeah. Oh, there you are.
You do it right now?
Okay. No, I'm multitasking. What do you want to do?
Say hi to chat.
We do have another cat in.
Yeah.
Meow, row, row.
Meow, row, row. I like meow, row, row. Yeah.
Just a cat. And then we have a dog. Hello, Jav. Hello. And we be miss.
What's up, you? Miss?
The cat sent us to entertain him. We might have to. Yeah. Yep.
We're going to do our best.
Time TO'd. I'm just kidding. What's up, Linkovich?
What's going on? Good to see you.
Silvar. Cheers.
Silvar.
Yeah, we got some people here hanging out.
Yeah, thank you for being here on a Saturday, everybody. Like I said, normally, now I missed going to get food with Mother. So, Mother only has so much time left on this planet. And I like to spend some time with her. And then I do this. And then people get too big time. What's up, Ollie? Good to see you.
Silvar did say putting costumes on cats is animal abuse.
Yeah, they don't. Well, it's funny.
They don't know.
My ex-wife, we had 2 cats. One of them, don't touch. Don't do that. But my ex-wife would put like tutus on the other one. The other one was like a dog almost. Like, it would follow her around, and it was like Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
I
some
love
cats don't
chocolate.
mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. I don't know if I had a pet, I probably would not do that.
See, with cats,
I don't have the
like the
time.
reason why, like, okay, you know how some people are like, oh, I'm not a cat person, but they like their significant other will get a cat, and they're like, oh,
Yes.
I'm not a cat person. They ignore the cat. The cat then will love them. The reason for being is
Ah.
because you're not smothering that cat. Like cats like to be left alone. So whenever you're
Mhm.
leaving it alone, it then wants attention whenever it wants it. So it will come to you rather than going to the person
Yeah.
that's constantly smothering it. It will come
Yes.
to the person that doesn't. And that's why that cat loves Shelby so much because Shelby ignores it, yells at it, and puts costumes on it. So
That's it. Oh,
mhm.
you nailed it. That's exactly what it is. They
It is,
what?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that is
the cat
funny.
that I inherited after the divorce. It loved me because I didn't smother her with insane affection constantly. My
Mm.
ex-wife always was trying to. So because I wasn't, the cat liked me more. It would,
Yeah,
just pay attention to me more. So yeah, it's
contrarian. That's the word of the week. Cats are
yeah,
contrarians. That's a
they
good
are.
word.
Yeah.
Contrarians.
So yeah, but like I said, Saturdays. Also, I like doing these on Sundays, especially now because it's football season and I don't do the sports. Mother does. So while I'm doing these, she's already occupied yelling at the television. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, so it does
Right
work
on.
out. Yeah. So but either way though, we try to fit people in when we can, and we
Speaking of,
cater to the guest. There he
speaking of
is. Look at that.
show up,
Told you.
it's true. He did show up. We were talking
See?
about you early, Phil.
Phil's the good time, kind of big time. Phil's the big time that's not too big for the little
Mm,
guys like me.
no.
He's big time, but he recognizes, hey, he's a man of the people, is what it is.
Yeah,
Phil
he's
is.
also really tall too.
Why is everybody always about height?
I'm just joking.
Why is everybody always about height? I
I
mean,
said it differently and
I'm
nobody.
not like in this space right here. You can't tell how tall most people are,
No,
so it doesn't
you may
matter.
not have legs. You may not have legs, right?
I don't have any legs that you know of.
You
And
may
there's
not.
nothing wrong with that. If you don't have any
Oh,
legs, please hit that like and subscribe button. But
I might have no face.
you don't know. I know, but the rest of the people may not
I
know.
mean, yeah, I could just be walking around like
You could
with
be just
no
like a
face.
skeleton that's if that's
Oh,
the case, I would say, hey, come on
but
camera, because that's dope.
yeah, no,
But
it'd be cool. Definitely
that
get
would be
views of
cool.
that,
Yeah.
especially this
So
time of year. It's spooky time.
it was spooky time, yeah. So but yeah, who like you could be 8 feet tall and be a total piece of crap. Like, who
Mm-hmm.
cares about height? It's all about character, Angela. It's all about character
Character.
and
Yeah.
personality and how well you can draw when you're blind. That's
Does
what
your
it's
height
about.
does your cat height match your character?
Does my cat's height match its
No,
character?
does your height match your character?
Well, that doesn't matter either, because what if you're really short but you have a big character?
Okay, I don't know. It's dumb.
Yeah.
I claim ignorance.
And we talked, we brushed up on this a little bit last night.
Yeah.
I did a stream last night
You
laying out for
did.
Frog G.
I know.
Well,
I came in the chat for a second.
yeah, I appreciate that. And that's the other thing is I'm paying a lot of money now for this. Like they almost doubled the cost. So, and I don't hardly ever go live. I'm like, you know what? If I'm paying this much, I might as
Yeah.
well, go live and do some
Right.
live streaming, get those watch hours
Yeah.
in,
I know.
get
I like
eyes
it.
on Frog.
I like your live streams. Fun to
Yeah.
do some streams.
Oh, speaking of which, you know what? He's not here. Everybody go sign up for Frog G2. The Cerberus key. I'm not gonna. This is page. I finished page 3 the other night. Laid out page 4 last night, and I gotta
So cool.
So thank
I
you.
love
Yeah. Ink's eyes are totally jacked, but he's gonna have surgery this month, and
Oh,
it'll fix it. So he'll be back on the ball. And
wow.
well, the good thing, Angela, is I don't know if you knew this. We're not launching till it's done. So
I love it.
if it
Respect.
takes a year, it takes a year. Like you don't have to wait for a late book at that point.
Exactly.
So yeah, and that's
No, I
why I
think
told.
doing it differently. Yeah.
Well, like I told, like Ink asked live on a live stream one time. He's like, when do you like? He asked me, when do you think we'll probably go live? And I'm like, realistically, like he's like January. I'm like, realistically, March, maybe March, if we're hopefully. Reason being is I don't know how many pages I got to get my groove still, but also like ink has to have eye surgery. Like there's things that are going to happen between
Yeah.
now and then. So, January is only a couple months away. I don't see us finishing the book in a couple months. I would love to.
Yeah.
If we were doing this full time, we could.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just think even last time you had shoulder surgery and ink almost died.
yeah.
So,
well, the thing with that was
intense stuff.
Well, the thing with that also, what?
The death was more intense, but go on.
Yes. No, I hurt my shoulder, yeah, but I didn't have the surgery until like months later, so I was able to finish my part of it before I had the surgery, so that was good. But then Ink developed like his problems with his work schedule. That's the other thing. Ink's work schedule, he works like 70 plus hours a week usually. So like he doesn't really have an insane amount of time to color pages. And that's probably what we'll brush on with the ALAZMAT if he feels like showing up today. Nothing against him. I'm just joking, ALAZMAT.
Okay.
No, is balancing the work, like your real life work, like that pays the bills, that takes priority. So
I didn't realize my other name is on.
What's up?
Ignore me. You can't see it, so it's probably fine.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. What are you saying?
I had
Is this
my
what your
name
sumo streams are like? Just random words you're saying?
On. I had to change my hat. I'm more professional. So
it shows.
I had my Angela Hardar name on. Anyway, I've been following Arvid's project, Band of the Crow, and I think he's already printing it before launch. That's what Henry said.
Arvid is a monster, and Oren, his artist, forget about it. So good. I can't wait for that book to come out.
When did that go out? I don't even remember. I don't even remember when that launched.
It's not live yet.
I can't wait. Okay, that sounds cool. I love it.
Yeah. I hope he hits me up to promote because I miss hanging out with Arvid. Arvid had the night stream. Friday nights he would have a stream, and I was able to catch those. But then he started going to Sunday mornings, and you know me, I like to sleep in.
No doubt.
Yeah, weekdays. Yeah, I'm up until like 4:30 in the morning, and then I wake up at 10:30. Now, I'm not falling asleep at 4:30, but I'm usually falling asleep at like 5:30. Then I wake up at 10:30 for work. 5 days a week. So I'm tired by the weekend. I like to sleep in. So yeah, but
hopefully tomorrow you can sleep in and wake up for not doing it today.
No, tomorrow Rick Saylor's coming over at 1. So
hello, lovely Fanta. Fanta is here. Cheers, lady.
Hello, Fanta. XOXO.
Happy birthday month.
No, that's not how that works.
No, Shh.
No, I will not. Shh. How dare you? No. No. Your birthday is on the day. Okay? It's not all month long. You don't get... It's not a week. It's not a month. It's a day. Really, one day. That's it. Done. You women and your birth months. That's not the way it works. Okay? You don't get showered with love and attention and gifts all month long. It's one day. You get shampoo. Happy birthday.
Where's my shampoo?
Make me dinner.
I didn't get shampoo.
Well, just joking. Where are you? You're in a totally the other side of the country. It would take a while to get the shampoo to you.
Yeah, right. Are we allowed to like Arvin's stuff? Isn't Phil and Patrick adjacent? I don't know what that means.
Are they talking about who cares about the Comics Gate adjacent, pro, con? I don't care. I just like cool comics. And Arvid's a good dude. All right.
Arvid is
it's like it's not about what group, like, okay, this is my whole thing with Democrats and Republicans. I could give two craps which one you belong to. Are you pond scum? That's what I care about.
True.
That's it. Like, it's just like Comicsgate, not Comicsgate, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Don't be a jerk. Just, that's it. It's not hard. Like, make cool comic books, make fun comic books. Don't talk trash to the fans. Because, hey, I'm a fan too, so I don't like that.
I kind of feel like Jen is being sarcastic, just FYI, but yeah, no.
Well, either way, I mean, I don't know. I don't know Arvid's affiliation. I am not going to be like, hey, you ever play Dungeons and Dragons, Angela?
I have actually.
Okay, in Dungeons and Dragons, you have your alignment. So you're either like lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, blah blah blah. In the game, you don't go up and ask somebody, "Hey, what's your alignment?" You could get the crap kicked out of you for it or killed. People don't like it. It's like because it's none of your business. It's all about your character. So that's what I'm getting at here. So Arvid's a great dude. I like Arvid. I like Oren, and that's all that matters. They put out cool stuff.
Yeah. Where's the ALAZMAT? I don't know.
I don't know.
Why didn't you, hey, Jolly, why didn't you DM him and ask him where he is? If more people DM him, maybe he'll show up out of guilt.
I don't know.
Kidding. Santa, even all of your birthday talk still says XOXO to you.
Yeah, because we love Fanta. Just because I'm not saying a birth month thing doesn't mean I don't love Fanta. I love Fanta.
I celebrate my birth. I do celebrate the last week of October, the first week of October, because it's the end of September. My birthday.
Your birthday's one day. What?
All right. But if it's on a Friday, it's for 3 days because then it's a weekend.
No.
It's birthday month, Jason.
No, it's 1 day. It's what now. Okay, here's where the exception falls. If let's say your birthday falls on a Wednesday, you're at work, you have to wake up early the next day, you don't feel like celebrating, then you could celebrate it on Saturday. You know what I mean? But it's not the whole week long as your birthday week. No, it's the 1 day. You just happen to celebrate it later. That's fine. You don't get the month. You get 1 day.
I don't know who wrote these birthday rules, but I need to see them.
Everyone wrote these birthday rules.
Okay. Phil says that Arvid is a mensch. I think
He's
that's
a mensch.
positive.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
That's good. That's a good thing.
All right.
He's a mensch.
Doesn't sound good. Like mensch to me would be like, oh, I don't ask permission. Okay. Hi. Yeah. And then Jolly saying happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Fanta. Happy birthday,
German
Fanta.
Oh, is that because of the mensch? I always put mensch with Jewish slang, but that also might be my.
Mensch is Jewish. Yeah.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Yeah, all women celebrate birthday months. Guys barely want to celebrate 1 day of their birthday. I will say the older I've gotten, the less I celebrate, unless I'm going to do something fun.
Let me ask you this, Angela. On your actual birthday, do you prefer cake or pie?
Cupcakes.
That's a cake. I mean, it's still a cake.
Yeah.
I like pie. I like to get like a pie, like an apple crisper, pie, like the pie with the apple one, or like a lemon meringue or something like that. Yeah, I like a good pie for my birthday, like a triple berry, like you get all the berries in there, fruit pie, delicious stuff. I prefer pie on my birthday over cake.
See, the thing about the cake thing, though, too, that I realized after watching CSI, the reality of when the person blows out the candles, there's like spit kind of gets.
It depends on if you're going. Yeah, there's gonna be spit everywhere. People got to learn how to blow out candles.
That's partially why I like cupcakes.
Well, because you have one candle in it.
I celebrate every day I wake up alive. Silvar, that is true. Okay.
I curse this planet every time my eyes open and I'm still conscious. Just curse it all. Like, why?
Oh, geez, Jim Cox. Your first birthday month is special even if you're an ugly newborn. Ow!
There's some ugly babies, Angela. Not all babies are cute. There's ugly babies.
Okay. Henry Beam is dropping facts. Mensch is Yiddish, a person of integrity and honor.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Aw, I still love you, Jason. And yes.
Yeah, I love Fanta.
Like cake has to have no gluten in it. And I have found very delicious gluten-free cupcakes. You can't tell.
Yeah, you and your gluten.
Pie is great.
I can eat anything I want. And I can drink anything I want, like aspartame. Get it today.
Oh my gosh, this stream has been brought to you by aspartame.
Every stream is brought to you by aspartame. Every stream on YouTube brought to you by aspartame. Every single one. You name it. Any video, any stream, all brought to you by aspartame. Aspartame keeps you young, keeps you healthy, keeps you fresh, preserves your body, preserves your skin, preserves your mind.
I would even say that aspartame is right up there with seed oils, but
seed oil is so good.
I'm trying to tell. Oh,
So
no.
delicious. I like.
Oh, no.
I bathe in seed oil. I bathe in it. I'm like, this is the best ever. I mean, come on. Seeds are delicious for you. Their oils are fantastic. Like, it's the
ALAZMAT,
way it
please
is.
show up.
Seed oils are the best. Kidding me? So, that's all I ever do is seed oils.
ALAZMAT.
I boil my pasta in seed oil.
Oh my
I
gosh.
cook whenever I make if I even make like a salad, I like to just
Mm,
pour seed oil
mm,
all over it. Like just
mm,
forget about it.
mm.
I have a gallon of seed oil I drink between streams.
Oh my gosh.
So
Speaking
good
of
for
seed
you.
oils and pie, there was a video that Phil and Brandon did where they went to some, I guess, a pie shop in Chicago and they got pies. I don't know why it like came up on my algorithm one time and I watched. It's probably like a long time ago. Yeah, I never let Angela spit on the cake. Yeah, I won't. I don't like spitting a cake. Steve SI Vegas was dope. Yeah, I love that show.
Hmm.
Kind of. Yeah, I am a germaphobe. I do have the 5-second rule on food. Of course, depending on what the food is.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't drop on carpeting.
Hey, Linkovich, do you have like him on your bat phone? Do you have like a bat phone connection to ALAZMAT? You can like a duck phone or something and get him to come on here.
This is ALAZMAT's fault. Hey, he's not here. And if he were here, we'd probably be still talking about the same thing. We don't know, but we will promote his book still. It's not like we're not going to promote his book.
No, but we should. But remember to sign up for Frog G, the Cypress Key, going live in a city near you someday. How was that?
That's right. Aspartame is best for you. It's really good. What?
Jason is 75% seed oil and 25% aspartame. That's like your superpower.
Yeah, that's why I look so young. Do you know I'm 72 years old, Angela?
Jeez.
Do you know that? 72. Look at me. I look fantastic. I look like I'm 45. So, you can't if you know what you do. Here's what you do. You get your seed oil, right? You have your jug of seed oil, you pour aspartame into it. And you drink that. You can even freebase it. So good. I like to heat it up on a spoon, put it in a needle, inject it into the main vein.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is hurting.
So right into my dick, Angela. I like to take it and inject it into the main vein is what I like to do.
It's so good says aspartame is bad. Gives you massive headaches. It can. Some people, I think, but Jason is teaching us that not everybody.
No. See, that's if you don't do enough aspartame. If you do just a little, yeah, you'll probably get a headache. But that's why you can't overdose on aspartame. Like that's why you got to do more of it. That way you don't get a headache. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so hey.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. What you guys should do is get in one of your cool cars on your gear channel and go somewhere fun, and that should be a part of your special. Look who's here, Oliver. Hill, man.
What's up, Ollie?
What's up?
Everyone, 656. Yeah, go subscribe to their channel. I love that channel. I love those guys. They're great people.
Yeah. They're streaming. They gave Phil gave. Yeah, Phil did. That's right. Because I saw his name and I was like, I heard of him recently. And yes, I can confirm that Phil did shout you all out in your channel because you're streaming.
We just now shouted him out. What am I, chopped liver? Am I liver that's been chopped up in some way, shape, or form that is disgusting and gross? I actually have a beautiful liver, Angela. I bet you didn't know that. I have a beautiful liver.
I will say I don't recall, but yeah, they got a grant. I was only partially listening to the shout out, but I did hear his name. So I guess he got a grant for something. Hey Phil, why don't you tell us more about that grant that they got? Jason fought in Vietnam.
I did. That's why I'm
okay. Phil's got an important announcement. He needs $40 to get to 7K in the new book and hit 130 backers. Congrats. That's awesome.
Psycho Slumber, everybody. Back it today on Indiegogo. You're not going to regret it. I backed it. If I backed it, Angela, did you back it?
I will.
Angela, did you back it?
I am in the middle
Angela,
of
did you back Angela? Angela, did you back it?
No,
No.
I never
See, no. There you go, Phil. There you go. That's why you're not hitting your goal that you want, Phil. It's right over
oh
there.
my god,
Right there.
not
Because she's
good.
just like, I'll back it later. And then never
No,
happens.
I will
No.
back it.
Promises. Schemes and scams
I have
is all I hear.
like to go through my entire books that I have backed. I mean, your whole method of what you're doing with your next book, I appreciate, because I don't have this current situation where now I have like tons of campaigns I got to look back on and figure out what I need to say, change addresses to do to have them, because I'm moving eventually. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah. Silvar, I know the expression "he's a mensch" means someone is a good person and stand-up guy, unless it is said sarcastically. But I was making a joke based on the German origin of the word. So yeah, I don't know. I'm learning. Send Phil the link.
This is a learning channel.
Yeah, or we could have Oliver come and talk about his grant.
Oh, no, this stream is about ALAZMAT.
Hi, Paulus Arts.
Hey, Paulus, what's up? No, this stream is about ALAZMAT and how he's not here.
Oh, look, Ray's here. Look, all these people are showing up.
Yeah, Ray, what's going on, Ray? You can actually check out ALAZMAT's book.
Yeah, we're giving
you can click the link to the top of the chat or in the description below. You can go back. I just call it Road Warrior Drake. You can back it. Check it out. You don't have to listen to us ramble on about nonsensical things. But you know what isn't nonsensical? Nonsensical, yeah. Angela? Aspartame.
I was going to say nonsensical things like aspartame.
That's not nonsensical.
This isn't nonsensical. Oliver got a grant to work on a graphic novel for 3 years.
Nice. Congratulations, Oliver.
Congrats, man. That's really awesome.
Couldn't have happened to a better human being.
Whoa, the duck ghosted you. Well, he did. Now, I will say he did, like, on his own, I think. I don't think I prompted him, but he did mention that he was going to come on this show today. So he did mention that. You
were the one who arranged it.
Well, I did, but the fact that it wasn't me coaxing him to announce that he was coming on, he did it on his own and quite jovially. So it was like, he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go on with them and yay. And it was like, great. Oh.
I can't read that. What?
Fanta got a puppy today during her birthday month. See, that's why you have a birthday month. You get puppies.
No.
Oh, lazy Puerto Ricans. Well.
No.
Well, he's not Puerto Rican. That's the joke. That's the joke.
No, I'm not talking about that. No, I'm talking about birthday month puppy thing. No. You get a puppy for your birthday. She just happened to get a puppy this month, okay? If today was her birthday, then yes, it was a birthday gift. But no, she happened to get a puppy this month, and later on it's going to be her birthday.
I wouldn't know. What are you going to name it? Name it birthday month.
Name it if it's a boy, name it Gary Sinise. If it's a girl, name it Emma Stone.
I was saying name it Chris if it's a boy.
That way you can be like, hey, Emma Stone just crapped on the couch. Like, I mean, that's funny. That's funny. That's humorous.
Yeah, I'm curious. Have you thought of a name, Fanta? I want to hear.
Well, you know, my ex-wife named our cats. The one was Tracy. The other was
Tracy.
What was the other one? I can't remember. Yeah, Tracy. That was the name of the one that I got.
ALAZMAT. Sad facts. I don't get when people name animals people names. It's kind of
it's funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. There's cute names.
Well, it could be worse than you could name it after a candy bar.
Kind of fun. My niece had a cat and its name was Miss Kitty.
That's original. 5. I've never heard anyone naming their cat Miss Kitty.
It's
never happened.
Old roommate had that was the thing too. And then prior to that, I had a roommate who had a cat named Kitty. Or what did she name it? It was something like, I don't know. It was not anything original. It was worth a Miss Kitty. Why are you trying to keep a sister down, Jason? Don't name your puppy Jason, Fanta. That's for sure.
Why not?
Oh no.
Why not? You trying to say something negative about me?
Because you don't like birthday months, and you
keep in mind, Angela, I could kick you out of here anytime I want to.
I would say technically she could name it ALAZMAT, and then she could bring the puppy on, and then we could say we had ALAZMAT on.
Or we could just say ALAZMAT is too big time. Too big time. He hangs out with Dark Gift. He hangs out so big. Anthony is such big time. That's like, the echelon of streaming. Why hang out with us little people, little folk? And I don't mean by height. Over here on Unhinged Entertainment.
You could be very small, and you could still have a big heart.
Yeah, and then you have to go see a doctor because that's just not natural. And you might have a heart condition and you're going to die very soon.
Or you could just be lovable.
If you have a very enlarged heart, that's not healthy. It's not.
What if you have a big head, though? What about a big head?
Then you're probably a midget.
Oh, my God.
I love them. I'm a fan, but I'm just saying you probably do have a genetic abnormality, and that's why you're, quote unquote, a little person then. I have several genetic abnormalities. Call me what you will, Angela.
And you drink aspartame and eat seed oils, and you're fine. You are a walking miracle.
Well, that's why I drink them, is to, try to get rid of those abnormalities,
There you go. It's like a wash. They just clear each other out.
I'm trying to wash myself, Angela. I'm trying to keep clean, wash my insides with aspartame and seed oils.
Yeah.
Cleanses you right out.
You're 60 under. You're going to your body's going to be there for a long time. Preserved.
Here's the thing. We all end up there one day.
It's amazing. Yeah. Ash to ashes, dust to dust.
That's right.
It's reality. Fanta said she was going to name him Jason, but she's now rethinking it.
Okay.
You could name it Frog D.
There's Jason is also the name on Friday the 13th. I'm not the only Jason, so I'm not offended. It's fine. Name it what you want.
No. Wait, you know what? This isn't what he said, but I just was thinking after this, what I've seen Power, maybe his power's out. Maybe there's something going on there. Maybe he can't.
But you have a cell phone and you can message people saying, hey, it lost power, can't make it.
He didn't charge it. Oh.
Here's the thing.
Look at that. Look who's here.
You're late. StreamYard. I sent it to you.
It's in your check your DMs, ALAZMAT. No, so he is here. So that's not true anymore. Hey. What's up?
I was pitchforked by the Klansmen. They came to my yard, right? They knocked on my door, had me bound on a chair. I said, "No, I gotta get on Jason Bascom's stream in half an hour," and they weren't let off. They got a tip. So here's what happened. They got a tip from CG, and they said, "No, we're gonna go after this duck guy." They came to my house, tied me to a chair. I'm telling you, it was the worst experience of my life. I said, "No, I cannot be late for Jason Bascom's stream, you motherfucker!" And it was terrible. The cops were involved in everything, and they didn't believe me because they thought I was making shit up because they thought I was Jussie Smollett. I am not Jussie Smollett. I'm a real victim. I can prove it.
Wait, you can prove it, so let's see the proof.
You trying to dox me, bro?
You can prove that they tied you to the chair. Let's see it.
See the photos. You call me a liar. You call me a liar.
Yes, I am calling you a liar.
See, chat? This is how it goes. I come on here. I give my side of the story. Fuck you, Jolly. Jolly sent me a day letter just now calling me a betrayer. I said, no, man. I just finished warding off the racist. Now what's going on here?
Do you still have the letter?
He's saying he wants to leave because I'm on?
Do you still have the letter? Do you still have the letter?
He sent me a DM.
The South will rise again.
Well, we don't reveal DMs here on stream, so I will take your word for it this time there, ALAZMAT.
Sure, you should take my word for
it. I'll trust you on that one.
That's what Fanta says.
Again, if it's not in the real world, it's here in the chat. I get nothing but hatred.
Well, when you show up a half hour late to your own stream, you're gonna get hatred.
I was fighting off evil. I was saving the world.
Let me. I will play devil's advocate. I have forgotten streams before too. It does happen. Mistakes do get made, but no, not to me. No one does it to me. So, how dare you? Is what I say.
I had to go.
Just don't mention anything about your lunch or anything good that you've eaten today. That's just the only
No,
thing
see,
you're not
Andrew,
allowed to
Andrew,
eat.
here's what happened. I had to go to my neighbor's house to get a second fire extinguisher because them crosses were big in my
Oh
yard.
my
They were
gosh.
humongous crosses.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm. They keep you warm though. It's getting cold out.
Yeah, but I didn't have my barbecue though, so it was like a cheap flame.
What kind of barbecue do you like? Do you like ribs or burgers?
I like the chicken patties. I got the chicken
Ooh.
breast plate. Maybe a rib or two.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I love you, the guy, and all he did was like, because I got sick of ribs, because all he did was make ribs all
What
the
the
time.
fuck? I was a victim, guy. I was a victim.
I don't know who this is to, but Fanta wants you to know she never said she hated you. So
I don't see. Here's the thing: you speak with your actions. Your actions tell me your feelings for me, not your digital words.
here,
Wait, if you speak with your actions, you're a half hour late. So what kind of actions does that say here?
I was saving the world.
You said you were tied to a chair.
Yes, I was a victim, and I became a soldier after that.
So within a half hour time span, you got abducted by the Klan, tied to a chair, crosses burned your yard, you got free, beat the Klan, went and saved the world, and then came onto the stream?
I'm a hero.
You must be
You
tired.
gotta celebrate.
Not all heroes wear capes, I guess. Wow. I guess they quack. Nice job.
See, I feel like that if I was of a different persuasion, you would have me on a pedestal. I'd have a 3-hour stream dedicated to me, and my Patreon would be filled with
What
subscribers.
kind of persuasion?
I almost would love to have someone draw this out as a comic book, to be honest, because
What kind of persuasion?
I feel like I'm not being believed here. See, I thought no. See, we don't believe me here. This is awful.
I was gonna
Totally
say
awful.
he said half an hour. He says 36 minutes, but I mean, again, you know,
I'm rounding.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm
Because
rounding. I'm being
I
nice.
want your story to be true because it sounds really amazing.
I've been fooled one too many times to trust anybody.
No, did you? This is from a stream yesterday. Did you cream corn wrestle the Klansmen, ALAZMAT?
I would see. I'm
Okay.
coordinated. I've studied from the best, and I do all kinds of precision moves and submission moves. I know how to make people flex and submit. But I was tied to a chair, so I had to do that first.
So you know how
Hero.
to make people flex and
Hero.
submit, but you're the one that submitted to the Klan.
No, they ambushed me. Okay, they ambushed me. They put their flame crosses in my yard, and then I had to figure out a way to get out of that. But I don't even know how I did it, but I just did it. And after that, it was flame on. After that, literally speaking, and it was a war.
Wait, you're the Human Torch?
Well, no, because they had flames on my yard, and I said no, I'm not going to let the flames in my yard speak for me because I have the inner flame in me to defeat evil.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let me thank you. I'm going to thank you, actually, Eliza. I'm going to thank you for fighting the Klan. We here are anti-Klan, so we appreciate your efforts and your heroism. So,
Exactly.
good job, sir.
See,
You know-
if you really celebrated my heroism, you wouldn't have like Carol Colors in the chat with that right now, automatically.
I can't control who comes in and out of the chat.
Carol,
So,
I just highly recommend you go back and listen to what he told us and put that in your book because it was just fantastic. I mean, I literally am crying over here.
Angela,
So good.
there were literally 3 pox that got their lives saved on account of me. I saved 3 pox's lives. That equals 1 man, 1 white man. See, you see how I care for the ratio and per capita. See how I care about it.
I honestly, yeah. I don't know. You're just a hero. That's all I can say.
Look, whatever you do, please don't give Carol the link. Please, for Allah's sake, don't give Carol the link.
I think she's talking to Linkovich, but
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
well, she doesn't get the link because this is about you, ALAZMAT. This show is for this is comics and conversations with ALAZMAT, not ALAZMAT and Carol.
We've been
So,
waiting for you this whole time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's Saturday, so
It is
people are
Saturday.
out having a live, and me, I was busy trying to save lives.
Yes.
and you did save lives, accordingly. To
Good.
you,
I'm
according to you.
amazed.
I need a
I kind of wish you would have gone live and showed us because I mean that would have been some real.
Oh, believe me, I would have done it if I had a third hand, but my both hands are busy tied to fighting off the evil.
That's true. That's true.
Nice.
Yeah.
No,
And,
but
you wouldn't think I was a fighter because I'm too busy drawing comics and being a nerd. But no, I have fighting hands.
Where is Lady Shadowban, by the way? Is she
Oh,
also
she's right here, ready to clean up the mess that I made.
Oh my
she
God.
was there cheering me on. She took so she took out the pom poms and she was cheering me on as I was beating the bad guys. Like she literally was like doing up scorecards and everything. Like it was great. I had a whole team ahead of me.
So why didn't she just prevent them from tying you up?
What?
Mm, wow.
Okay, Jason, I don't have
Maybe.
time for your semantics. I really don't. I'm trying to tell a story,
I
and you're
think
trying to
I
put
was
that on it.
thinking
I'm just
she
trying
came
to
home and told you tied up and
collect
saved you, but
information.
I mean
I
that would
feel like
make
you
her
guys
the
don't believe
hero.
me.
I mean, we're just trying to get the facts in order, is what it is. We're trying
Can I take
to,
a
Yeah,
to
we want to know
question?
the
understand
story.
the actions and behaviors of
Mhm.
others while you were getting mercilessly, just ruthlessly tied and beaten to a chair while bystanders looked on and did nothing except shake pom poms.
Yeah,
Now, let me ask you a
moral
question,
support is
Jason.
important
All right,
in the
ask away.
And Henry Beams is
Mm.
correct. Yes, Henry Beams, absolutely. Moral support is important. Is absolutely important. Let me ask you a question, Jason. Do
Hmm.
you bring on comic creators and plug their books without believing their story?
I bring
Uh,
on comic creators and plug their books because they're great campaigns, great books, and great people. Their story is irrelevant in all reality. Whether it's true or false, it doesn't matter. What speaks is the quality of the comic and what they put into it.
here.
And I put it up to it.
See, that's what we do here. You know, as long as you're a genuine human in some way, shape, or form, you could lie all day. But if you're still a nice guy, fine. Make sure your book's top tier though. Make sure it's
Okay.
quality.
I agree with that 100%. I am on board with that sentiment. But here's
There
the
you go.
problem: your chat doesn't think I'm genuine. They hate
Well,
me. They discriminate against me every time. Even when I stream, they come at me, Jason. You have a
well,
problem with this.
here's the thing at my channel as well. I believe in free speech. I don't censor people, so the chat is more than free to say whatever they wish. There's probably one word I don't like, but aside from that, they can say what they want. They can call me names, Angela names. They can call us liars. They can say we're all handsome and beautiful people. Like
Oh, for Allah's sake, why did you highlight that chat? Of all the chats to highlight, why that one?
Lady Shadowban. Well, because hello. We usually highlight people when they enter the chat. So hello, Lady Shadowban.
What's up, lady?
Basically says that she's a sadist and doesn't mind seeing him tied up. So there you go.
That's not what you told me. You said you were behind. She was in my side with the pom poms, cheering me on, beating the bad guys.
Yeah.
That's not what you said.
Oh no, he really wants to say it now. But I will say we do have two PO Pox in our chat right now, and they do not have as exciting life as you.
I know. I'm a hero.
They usually, when they've been on with us, they showed up on time.
See,
Edwin and Oliver.
Okay, you know why? Because they're not fighting bad guys. I'm fighting the bad guys. I'm saving civilization, society. I'm doing the things, Angela.
Oliver and Edwin, you got to step it up. I don't think you're doing something wrong because, you need to start. Yeah. Anyway, what is this?
Well, in the middle of me fighting those bad guys, I was working on a page in my book. I'm trying to finish my book. I think I have maybe 10, 15 pages left on it to do.
Nice.
But it's nearing the crunch time. And honestly, while I don't, pat my own back and I don't scratch my own nose, I gotta say this book is coming out really good. I'm actually like stoked up about this book. It's pretty much one of the best things, if not the best thing I've ever produced.
What got you into comics? Like, what got you into actually wanting to do comic books? Because it's not a thing people are like, I really want to do them and make a lot of money. Like, it's not a moneymaker. Like, what made you want to get into them?
Oh, telling the story. Like, I love telling stories. When I was a boy, how old was I? I think I was 10 years old when I started drawing. And, I was at 10 years old without any training. My drawings were like doodles at best. But
Right.
I just like telling stories. I like telling story and putting it down on paper and just having a physical embodiment of it, translated from head to hand onto paper.
Nice. Yeah.
And
Do you remember what was your first comic, or like what got you into that whole sphere? Like, because this.
I obviously, I don't know if it's just a common thing, but with me personally, I just started off as myself as the main character, trying to escape from my boring life of going to school and coming home and getting myself involved in all kinds of adventures. And then in the 90s, that's when I created, in 1991, it was 1991 where I created Road Warrior Drake.
That's a pretty long time ago. That's a boom of the Image days.
It is. And it's funny because I was not a fan of like the guys on Image, not because of anything they did. It's just I didn't care for their artwork. But
it's very stylistic. Like, people look at a lot of stuff now, and like especially in the indie scene, they kind of like, I like the '90s stuff, and like, as you just said, that wasn't your forte, so you kind of gravitated maybe towards other things. So you're maybe more focused on like the Marvel stuff, like what Neil Adams, Byrne, stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely, like George Perez is one of my favorites.
Nice.
I love Perez and Romita too. Like, those guys were awesome. And look, I'm all for style. So when I say I'm not a fan of a particular style, it doesn't mean that I think it's bad or anything, because the market wants what it wants, and I'm big on that. The market wants what it wants, and I do a weekly series about that, highlighting specific creators who paved the way for our scene. You know, I spotlight creators from like the 20s and 30s, going to the creators in the 60s during the underground comics movement, and then came the 80s with the alternative movement. Each creator had their own style, you know, something that our modern scene would thumb their nose at, which bugs the shit out of me. But different styles, you know, different types of stories, and the market responds to it accordingly. And I am totally with that. And I'll give you an example. Like back in 1994, I bought The Crow by James O'Barr,
Nice.
and I wasn't a fan of the book at all. But I love the movie, but I wasn't a fan of the book per se. But then, like a couple years ago, I was watching a review of the book, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe I was hard on it because the artwork really was better than I remember it to be. And I'm like, yeah, I think I need to give that book another shot, because I'm looking at it from a different lens, and I'm thinking, yeah, there was something about that book that definitely resonated with people, and maybe I missed it. So like I personally, when I say I don't like something, unless I can give an objective argument on why I don't like it, I just chuck it up to it's just not for me. But I don't disrespect the market and say, oh, it's a shit book, don't buy it. It's a shit piece of art, don't buy it. The market decides it, not some lowbrow creator who just fought racism and saved the community.
Wait, which book was that? Sorry, I was
The Crow.
The Crow.
The Crow.
Well, also, if you read it in '94, it's not like you were 22 years old and like really grasping the material and what he was going for and how dark it is and stuff like that. So there is a time and place for certain IPs, obviously.
And that's a good, yeah, it's a good point, because that's a kind of book where like you kind of have to understand why Draven was in his mindset. And there were certain things he said in the book that kind of like caught me off guard, and it didn't like really help me to relate to him. But now, like in my own lived life and lived experience, I'm like, yeah, now I get it. I absolutely get it, Eric. You and me both. I get it. So,
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Life experiences really do speak volumes as to what you put out in a IP, a creative process, or whatever it may be, whether it be a novel or a comic or even just a drawing or a painting that you do. Your past history is going to reflect on it, and it's going to. That's why they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. And the more life experience you have, the more words that picture is going to have in a way. So,
there was a danger to letting that be, like letting it lead you, because obviously as an artist, your experiences are going to dictate the style or the story you're going to tell. I did try to hone that in within the last couple of years, especially with this book, because while this book can get dark at times, it's still from beginning to end a comedy, and this you're supposed to kind of like laugh and smile throughout sections of the book. But yeah, there I do have a little play on like life altering experiences and tragedies in Be Citizen Road Warrior Drake. People that have followed my personal life, they're going to read that book, and they're probably going to frame that in the prism of what I had gone through the last year and a half, or 2 years actually. Now that I think, well, shit, it's been 2 years. Wow. So they're going to frame it from those lenses, but I didn't want to make a book where like that's the only thing you're looking at it with. Like, there's definitely more to Road Warrior Drake, and I try to transcend my own lived experiences and create just an otherworldly experience that people from any walk of life can relate to.
well, that's the great thing about these indie comics that we make is that we can not only like tell our story through other characters, but also tell other people's stories by taking a step out of our own shoes and looking at things under a different lens, analyzing how maybe this person might feel or act, and make a whole even IP out of it if we really wanted to. Not everything is a quote unquote self insert. So sometimes you have to be like, yeah, I never, this story's about a drug dealer. I never even touched drugs, but hey, what would it be like if that person had? What was their life like? And you can live almost in that manner through that story and just tell it, and maybe even teach a lesson. So
yeah,
it's great.
I'm not a fan of like people saying, "Oh, you gotta live that experience to tell that story," and I'm like, well, no, you can be if you understand enough of what you're saying and telling, you can create an effective story.
Well, that's like with villains. People are like, oh, I don't know how everybody can write these horrific individuals or draw these terrible people doing these insanely chaotic actions. I would never do that. It's like, yeah, neither would I. Like, but there are villainous people in the world, and it's not hard to be like, this is what they like. There's how many documentaries are there about Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, like actual monsters? Like, you still watch those; they exist. So you're not like in their mindset, so to speak, but you know the kind of characters they were, and you can inject that kind of a personality into a character. Like, look at the Ice Cream Man from Spawn. So, like, Todd McFarlane never, he loved children. So it's not like you could tell a story without actually having to think those thoughts of that person. It's called being creative.
Yeah, that's what makes you a good storyteller. Is you don't need to have a past experience. It's just you have the gift of telling story. So like Ed Gein was, they always say a lot of different characters were based on his life, and each one though that you read or hear about, they're all unique in how they are.
Like, portrayed. I mean, we've seen you on stream. You're not an actual duck, so but
thank God, thank you, Jason. I could kiss the floor at you walking around. Thank you. You heard it here, folks. I'm a flesh and blood being. Jason Bascom said it. It's up to his channel already, by the way.
To my knowledge, though, you're a peanut man, right? Don't you have a? Oh, okay. No, you are. See, there you go. You are a flesh and blood human. Everybody says you're a peanut man or peanut man.
Where do you see the peanut on my head? Where do you see it?
It's a nice dome. Yeah, you're fine.
It's a dome. Yeah, not a peanut.
It's a nice dome.
The peanut means who you are, though. So just saying. I mean,
but either way, like, so, and I'm sure you get asked this a lot. Were you a fan of Howard the Duck?
I've only ever been nice to you, Jason.
I'm just curious if you were a fan of Howard the Duck. That's all. I'm just curious because you have a duck character in your IP.
He's a beast citizen, Jason. He's not the D word.
Okay. But I'm talking about Howard.
Angela, I have a question for Angela. We had this conversation before, Angela. Why didn't you do the pre-interview and set Jason up so he could properly interview me instead of doing all this racism on me right now, live on stream?
Wouldn't it be speciesism? Wouldn't it be speciesism, not racism? It would be speciesism. Racism is the color of this. It would be speciesism.
I don't got time.
Jason is his own, and I really, I could tell him all the things in the world, but it's gonna go.
I don't listen to her. I don't listen to her.
He doesn't listen to me.
Nobody should.
That's why he eats spoiled and drinks after.
I don't listen to women.
I'm trying to help Jason here. Let me help Jason for a second. Jason,
how about this?
Yeah.
What was inspiration?
Angela, I'm talking to Angela. Angela, I want to talk to Jason, Angela. Jason, listen to me for a second.
All right.
Rory Drake is a beast citizen. That's why I call the book Beast Citizen.
Yeah.
Road Warrior Drake. Not the D word, Road Warrior Drake. Beast Citizen, Road Warrior Drake.
Okay, but I'm not talking about Drake. I asked if you were a fan of Howard the Duck.
Well,
I'm a fan of Godzilla. I'm a fan of Kong. I'm a fan of Transformers. Why are we isolating that one IP, Jason? Why?
Because Beast Citizen is structurally similar to the D word. So what? Were you a fan of Howard the Duck? It's not a hard question. It's really easy to answer. It's a yes or no question. I don't know why you're dodging the question, ALAZMAT. Why are you dodging the question?
How about this? What was your inspiration for this character? Is that a fair question?
Who's this down here?
The character was one day I said we need to fight evil, and we have to have people, soldiers, and icons in our life who can fight evil. And I said, I'm going to create a character that's going to fight evil, and he's going to be inspiration to a lot of people. So I brought Drake into the sphere, and I've been met with nothing but vitriol and poison and racism and sexism and ethnicism and all this other kind of incivism that was uncalled for. All because I want to tell a story. All because I want to make comics great again. Why? Why can't
you just answer the question?
Did you live on a farm growing up?
I feel attacked. I feel so attacked right now.
Why can't you? Why are you dodging? What's with this subterfuge? I mean, Howard the Duck is an iconic figure. He's a true, genuine hero. Everyone looks up to him, but yet you refuse to answer the question, sir.
I am not refusing anything. I'm
dodging again.
Let me help you, Jason. Help me help you.
I'm trying my best, but you seem to all constantly want to just dance around the idea that you might have been a fan of Howard the Duck.
Because we can only dance, right? Because we're all dancers, right? All colors are dancers.
Apparently, you got your tap shoes on. You're over here like John Travoltaing it up.
You gotta go tap shoes now.
It's a Saturday Night Fever up here. Just around the question, Howard the Duck, Howard the Duck. You're like he's right here, and you're just circling it, just constantly around it.
Don't take it personally. He doesn't like answering my question. Well, she doesn't know. So how about this? I mean, separately from your project, because like, I mean, why do you assume he's asking that based on the book? Just in general, as a question, do you like Howard the Duck?
Okay, if we're gonna be serious and act like mature adults, I will answer your question for the cause of seriousness and for peace and brotherhood. I will answer the question. Okay,
Okay. All
I
right.
actually like Steve Gerber's Howard the Duck. I think it's a witty series. I think it's well drawn. It's a nice little tour de force, detour away from the standard Marvel stuff at the time. So that, yes, I like. The movie is a guilty pleasure of mine, but the movie didn't capture Gerber's spirit of the character. But it doesn't matter because it's still a fun movie. Is it like Oscar winning? Is it like a groundbreaking? No, but is it fun? Fuck yeah!
You seem to know a lot about Howard the Duck.
Oh no, Jason.
Because you asked me about it.
You seem to know a lot about it. I don't know that much about the character. You seem to know a lot about the character. Something's a little suspicious here.
How is that a fucking hard thing that?
Something's a little suspicious here. You seem to know way more about Howard the Duck than I ever did.
You feel good. I feel like I'm the good cop and you're the bad cop. Just saying.
I feel like that you're just highlighting chat because you're supposed to.
Dillard says it was a summer day. ALAZMAT was 4. I wish he was here saying this. ALAZMAT was 4 years old. He played with his toys in the shade of a young sycamore. Then a duck took advantage of his back hole. Whoa.
No, keep going. We don't censor people here, Angela.
You see what I'm saying, though? They come at me and they attack me. You see what I'm saying, though? I didn't make this. I'm not Jesse Smollett. I'm a real victim.
Oh dear.
So how much did Howard the Duck influence your creation?
Oh no. Are there any other animal that influenced your creation?
Oh, well, if we're gonna have a serious conversation, yeah, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
But your character's not a lizard.
No, he's a beast citizen.
Technically, lizards and birds are the same, though.
Well,
wait, what now?
Lizards and birds are. I mean, there's like that they say now. I mean, granted, Godzilla is obviously not the same as a dinosaur, but
no, he's
saying a lot of dinosaurs with feathers.
Well, he's a dinosaur. I know, but
he's a kaiju.
Yeah, but Godzilla, I mean, in some regard, was probably inspired by dinosaurs, and dinosaurs, they're saying, have feathers, so technically they are glorified chickens.
Oh, Angela, I had such high hopes for you.
I didn't say the D word. I didn't say the D word. I said
chicken. You notice, in the time that I've been here, we've not even had a minute consecutive conversation.
Okay, hold on. So, okay.
This is a good question.
Okay, hold on. Let's answer this question first.
On a scale from 9 to 10, how much were you influenced by Howard the Duck? That's Dillard.
Okay. No. So, okay. So, Drake is a beast citizen. Okay.
Yes.
What beasts would you categorize him belonging to? Because humans are animals, which are beasts. So,
on a stream some time ago, Jason, someone called me a lispy Puerto Rican. I was like, you know what? I am not going to be in a label. I am transcendent of labels, and so are my characters.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're Puerto Rican, you generally have some kind of like traits, like what's the word I'm looking for, Angela? Help me out. We're
making the point that they put me in a box I didn't belong in at all.
Right, but okay. Like, I'm part German, I'm part English, and all this other crap. What parts of Drake would you say he is?
The parts that are seeking Kyle.
Seek Kyle? What?
Seek Kyle? What?
Yes.
German?
Should we end this now?
Disavow? Wait a minute, so these burning crosses, did you like them?
Really turn. Go on.
I'm a victim.
You just said he's Sig Heil.
I just said something. You repeated it. I didn't say to repeat it. I just said something.
I feel like we walked into that one. Why doesn't ALAZMAT like Barracuda? Is that?
They're trying to take me away from the Mexican heritage into the Puerto Rican heritage. It's like, no, I can't do that. Tijuana is in my blood. I can't do that.
See, Kyle has awakened the
There's still certain cultural aspects you adopt and that reflect as your ethnicity, so to speak. Like, it's just the way it is. So, like, what kind of cultural things does Drake enjoy?
That is an excellent question. Now we're delving into the the identity of the character and the things.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I appreciate that, and now that we can have a serious conversation as adults, I can answer that question. He likes breaking bones and just chilling.
So he's of like Viking descent in a way.
Well, maybe in the spiritual sense. He is a reader though. He has read a lot. He's actually good with welding and he's good with creating things out of metal. He's gotten that skill as a young person.
Nice.
Just out of curiosity, so is he from another planet?
Yeah, let's get into
Well,
it.
that's a good question, Angela, and I'll answer it like this: he's definitely from somewhere, but in terms of the actual story that I'm telling, the where is not the issue. It's not the important factor because, and I'll tell you why. Not every single thing about a character needs to be answered in a story. Some things are just good to have in a mystery and for other people to speculate on. Right. Because if I answered every question, what is there for the community to discuss about, to debate about?
But there are some questions at hand. So, like, when does this story take place? Does it take place in the past, future? Where is it? What's going on here?
It takes place in an indeterminate future in America where bombings have occurred. So the 50 states as we know it no longer exist. They go by different names now, and they embraced their Commonwealth identity. So we have the state of Skullkill, or Commonwealth of Skullkill, which is where Drake is from. Doesn't have any definitive zones or districts that are outlined. It's just we know it as the entire Commonwealth of Skullkill. And states around it that have changed their names also go by different names as well. And I think it's part of the world building, and it also keeps the story from being dated. And I figured by giving Drake his own world that we can identify with. Did I just hear a quack?
No, it's a burp. My apologies, sir.
Oh.
I had a sugar-free Red Bull. They make me burp.
Yeah, it's an aspartame.
Okay. I forgive you.
I wouldn't insult you by doing anything duck-related, my friend.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
Saying though. So creating his own world that he can populate gives the world its own character. And just like with Batman and Gotham City and Superman with Metropolis and Green Lantern with Coast City, like these characters and DC did something that Marvel didn't do, which is create own worlds for these characters, and these worlds became their own character within that character's universe. I thought that was pretty genius. And I said, I'm gonna do the same thing with Rory Drake, give him his own Commonwealth, his own world, and then do an even bigger world building. I'll give you a case as an example. So in my first campaign, Street Champion Rory Drake, I had for my mailing list backers a coloring book. That coloring book, which let me show you right now, it's a coloring book called Rory Drake and the Children of Philistia. Now it is currently out of print, but that's a temporary decision. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do after this. But in this book, it tells the story of these kids that were in a slave ring in Skullkill's neighboring Commonwealth of Philistia. In Philistia, there's these crystals called the Spirian crystals. And what happened was Drake, who he was not supposed to touch them, one day he touched them, and in a matter of milliseconds, he traveled many universes, many timelines, many worlds in a matter of seconds. So when he came back into this current canon, he brought with him those experiences, but he doesn't really know why or how. Why did I do that? Because any crossover that happens with Rory Drake is canon because of the events in this coloring book. So people that got this coloring book got themselves a collector's item because of that.
Now, so if you missed out on the coloring book, though, are you going to miss out on any in-depth story arcs that you may be mystified about?
So the events in the color book are referenced in B. Citizen Rory Drake, and I do talk about it in that book. So while it's good to have this book, you don't necessarily need it to understand the events of B. Citizen Rory Drake. But it's good to have as a side note, as kind of like how you get like an Elseworlds book or an Ashcan, it tells like a separate side story, just for completion's sake, I think, is why. Okay. But yeah, but at some point I'll make a choice on whether or not I'll reprint this book, but it'll be under certain circumstances. But for those that have it, it's a collector's item, so hold on to it because this is part of the complete story of the world building of World War II.
Can I get the coloring book still?
Send me a DM and we'll talk because I am open to sending copies out if you want it.
Well, you
didn't ask. You didn't ask me. See, I didn't pitch it.
No. I didn't ask because it was exclusive to the sign-up backers. That's why I didn't ask, because it's supposed to be an exclusive item that you can't get right now if you are on a panel with somebody and you just ask outright.
That's who am I to say no if you want it?
You just say no, like this. No, Angela. That's what you do. No. I just do that. It's not hard to do.
No money. I don't want your money. No, because
I really want to get your money.
There you go.
Throw it at you. deal with it.
exclusive. No, but okay. Here's the thing though with like these things, and you're not wrong. Like these kind of are like a lot of these indie books. They are collector's items because the print run is so low. Like it's like yeah, we might go second prints or something like that, but you're not going to have that the original cover stuff like that. So
this coloring book.
So they are collector's items.
Not
I
just
think
pages.
it's cool. I like the
It comes
color.
with maps. It comes with
You're showing stuff.
search words.
Oh yeah.
Or
No,
like
it's fine. I got it.
You can make squares. Let me see what else. There's also crossword search.
Well, that's not a 9.8 now with the way you're handling that.
I could totally like use that on my travel.
See, look. Somebody already wrote in this too. Look, you can make mix and match words from the name of Rory Drake.
What's the format of that?
The format is a coloring book.
No, I know. What size is it?
Oh, let me see. What size? That's a good.
Is it comic size? Is it 8, 9?
9 by
8.5 by 11.
We're gonna find out right now live on stream. I should have been prepared, but I wasn't because I was fighting evil. But now
we ask the deep questions here, ALAZMAT.
You're right. So this is 10.
Oh, okay.
By
Oh yeah. Now I see that.
0.75. So 10 by 6.5. Wow. 10 by 7. What's
Okay, so it's essentially comic size. Nice.
Fair. Yeah. Very cool.
It's a nice colored book.
Right.
But yeah, they are like there's only so many of those that you printed up. So like I said, they are kind of collector's items. Now a coloring book you can like that you can probably slab it if you wanted to, but then you take away the fun of actually the activities that are inside it. So
when I say back 2 copies, get 2 copies.
There you go. Get 2 copies next time, everybody. That he has a sign up exclusively for the coloring book that you can't get on stream by just asking for it.
I will say I do have his very iconic mug waiting for me in Ohio that I will be drinking out of next week.
So this is a. Oh, you getting a mug?
He has a mug of his by Ethan Van Sciver that I have.
Oh, okay, nice.
It's exciting.
Ethan did a mug for you. That's cool.
He did like his head.
Oh, he drew your face. Nice. Kind of him.
I'll show it to you.
He killed me that day.
I do know what you're talking about. I'm trying to avoid the whole peanut head thing.
Yeah, I know. We've already kind of been
because he's a real man, Angela. He's a real man, a flesh and blood and bone and duck feathers.
I mean, he's a beast.
Right. I bleed. You know what's funny?
He's a beast as well.
I have an important voice.
He is. So this is a storefront. Is this a second chance, time limited? Like what's going on with this campaign?
Not time limited. I'll keep it open for about a year before I start traveling the 3rd book. But
so this is kind of like a storefront in that regard.
Correct. Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Very cool.
And so but this is a second chance campaign, right?
Yes, for people that missed it the first time around.
So it has a different cover than the first one, or did you overprint and you just have overstock?
No, I haven't overprinted because I'm still working on the book. So I'm
okay, nice.
And it's just for people that want it. Like if you want it, that way, I guess print it out and give it to you. So, there's no different covers, no I'm staying away from variants right now because last campaign I did variants. One of those variants was done by a man who we shall not name, and I regret it. So I'm staying away from variants.
It was Anthony, wasn't it? It was Anthony.
One cover to keep it simple. One cover, and
Well. Here's the thing. I'm kind of with you there. I would prefer just one cover. Like the variants are cool because they do boost sales a little bit depending on who does the variant, obviously. And I do like them. They're like extra prints in a way, but I kind of just want the book. I want to flip through the story, so stuff like that. Like these are collector's items. Who knows if they'll be worth thousands one day or stay cover price? You don't know, but it's still like having just the book. It's nice. It's like a lot of people get bogged down by what cover do I want to get? Do I get this one? I only have $30 to back one. I only can pick one. I want them all. So having the one cover is it's a good idea. I'm not mad about that, sir.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people appreciate that because like you go to a campaign and you look at the tiers and you're like, which one do I back? And you see all these tiers, not realizing it's the same book, just different covers. So I'm like, I'm gonna just keep it simple. You get that story gets that one cover, that one book.
How many pages is this?
Well, I advertised 150. It's gonna probably be anywhere from like 110 to 120, maybe 125. About.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's a thick. It's gonna be a long story, a beginning, the middle, end, a big epic story, 100 plus pages, 110 plus pages, I should say, because it's gonna be over that. So I want to give people more bang for their buck,
And it colored, obviously, right?
The blue colors you see there, that's gonna be the color for that book.
That's cool. I like that. Nice. And you're the sole. This is a solo project. You're the sole proprietor, right? You're doing
Yes.
everything.
Yes, it is. And although Felsbug, he did the cover for the book, so that's his cover, which is and then Lidl did the colors for it. So that one. So Felsbug drew that line art for that, which I actually have the original line art over here. Let me get it.
Hey, get it. Be dope.
This was sent to me by Felsbug himself. This is the original line art for the cover.
Oh wow, look at that. Nice.
Yes, this is beautiful. And then Lidl, she did the colors. Lidl, who did the colors, initially did the colors for the Wonder Island book that's ever coming out. But her colors are fantastic. I saw her what she did there, and I was like, you know what? She's perfect for the cover. So she did a great job on that. And it to me, I don't need a variant because that cover to me is iconic to the story. So I'm not gonna mess with it. That's gonna be the cover.
It's a really good cover.
Oh, it's a beautiful cover. I'm very proud of it.
I'm afraid to ask, but because it's Shelby, I have to. I don't see the ASM 300 homage on this. Was that a secret perk? I don't know. I'm probably laughing right now.
I don't get it.
Shelby is notorious for doing Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage covers to everything that he does, and he's even tried to slip one in with Frog G. He's trying to sneak him into campaigns, so he's wondering where the Amazing Spider-Man 300 cover is for this homage.
Amazing Spider-Man, yeah.
I feel like I failed somebody there.
You failed Shelby.
At least
I'm sorry, Shelby. Come back to me. I'm sorry.
It could have been Duckman, and then that would have been a totally different conversation.
You could have had a variant of Howard the Duck in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Just saying. I mean, it has nothing to do with the book. I'm not saying Drake is a duck.
Diller did make a good point that Road Warrior Drake is a revenge story from the popular video game Duck Hunt. That would make sense. Just wanted. I've been holding on to that one. I've been wanting to say it. How about Beast Hunt?
Beast Hunt.
Yeah.
So, what were some of your inspirations for Road Warrior Drake?
Believe it or not, Godzilla is one of my inspirations for Road Warrior Drake because Godzilla himself is a beast, a citizen of Japan. He's a force of nature who starts off being antagonistic towards man until he becomes man's protector, but at a cost too, because he's not completely the good guy. He's just protecting the nature of the world because he's got a territory to defend. So I've always been a fan of like beast characters that are badasses and tend to establish their mark and territory, but go through their periods of humbling as well. Actually, if you look at Road Warrior Drake's face, his face is modeled after the 1962 King Kong. That's how deep the Toho influence goes with Drake. And you can even argue that Drake's battle with the renegade beast in the book is kaiju inspired. So, yes.
So if he's inspired more by Kong, what's with the Bill?
Oh, Barack Obama. Really? Do we need to go there? Well,
I just said Bill. I didn't say what kind of Bill. Platypuses have bills. So
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad. Oh, thank you, Anna. I'm so glad you said that because you're right. Platypuses have bills. So why doesn't he get identified with platypuses? Why just the D word? What's going on here?
Because he has a pale complexion.
Yeah.
He could be an albino. You don't know.
He could be an. You know what? You know what? You raise a good point there, ALAZMAT. He very well could be inspired by an albino platypus. So why do you love platypi?
Well, here's the thing. Also, you need to take this into consideration. He may have alopecia. A platypus with alopecia.
Oh,
that's
okay. So he's actually a platypus.
It could be. Maybe he's a mixture of something else. We don't know. There's a plethora of things, but the D word that I disavow 100%.
What I'm getting, it's kind of like Goofy. Like everybody kind of knows he's a dog, but nobody calls him a dog. Is that kind of what you're going for? Like you don't really want people to be like, well,
Well, let me take off kayfabe for a second. Now, are you familiar with the Gamera trilogy from the 90s?
No.
Okay. Do you know what Gamera is?
No.
Okay. You remember the giant turtle monster from Japan?
Yes.
Okay. So in the 90s, director Shusuke Kaneko, who gave us Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, he directed a trilogy of the Heisei Gamera films, which are considered by many to be some of the best kaiju films ever made. In that universe, in the universe of that Heisei Gamera, there is no such thing as a turtle. Turtles don't exist in that universe. So Gamera is a unique creation in that universe. I'm going for the same thing with Drake. So that's why the D
Oh,
word is
okay.
not mentioned in any of the stories.
Okay, so like what Savage here's like kind of like what Savage Dragon did. Like you didn't find out really what he was until later on. Like he revealed like a thing. Will you ever reveal his actual like origin? Like he's from these aliens from like 18 planets away. Like, or are you gonna keep him like Wolverine should have been, like a mystery? Like you don't know his backstory. It's kind of like a mystery of like what he really is, but you just know who he is and his actions.
So I've played around with that, and I came to the conclusion that if Dave Sim could get away with not giving the full story of Cerebus's background, I think I could do the same with Road Warrior Drake.
There you go.
Mm.
That's true. I think you can. And honestly, all right, I do like. I kind of wish they kept Wolverine that like Logan. You don't know who he is, where he came from, Lone Warrior. I like that, and I kind of wish they had stuck with it. So I do like the idea of like you really don't know like this person's actual like quote unquote origin, but you know his character, you know his actions, and that's what speaks, and that's it shows you the quality of what he is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters on your actions.
So
It's a
then,
good lesson.
if we believe that, why is your people and your chat and the chats and the other communities coming after me and attacking me for being me?
Because I believe in free speech.
Okay, so free speech, therefore, is the universal qualifier over individual autonomy.
Well, here's the thing. I believe in free speech. Like, even if it's hate speech, it's still free speech. Now, that shows you the type of character that you are, and that shows you if it's hate speech, I don't want to hang out with you.
So this is an attack on me now. Now this is
No,
about me.
not on you. I'm saying in general. If somebody,
you said these are the kind of character I am. So I made a comment, and your reply was, "This is a reflection of the kind of character you are." So this is an attack on me again.
I'm not attacking you. I'm saying in general with the hate speech thing, the free speech. You seem like a very swell human being. You want to explain your reasons and actions and justify them and make them in a good way. You want to have a good output, a healthy output.
So
you're trying to defend your actions, and even though you're getting attacked mercilessly, you're defending yourself. You're hitting back the swords with your own, and you're trying to stave off the yeah.
And therefore, Jason, based on what you're saying, it is therefore the chat that you're attacking. Because
I'm not attacking anybody. They can say what they wish.
So then who are you attacking? Who is this mysterious person you're attacking?
I'm attacking in general a generalized person who is speaking of hate.
Mm-hmm.
That's generalized true. Person.
I'm not specifying any human in this regard.
Are you attacking Angela?
No, I always attack Angela.
No. Because I'm here. No, because I'm here.
When this stream ends, Angela's fired.
I get fired every week.
Don't worry, because once I leave Angela, you're taking my spot. That's how it always works for me. So you're fine. You're fine.
Oh no, she's fired. She's gone once you're out of here.
It's a thing.
So
but anyway,
go ahead, Angela. No. I was gonna go over the tiers. Ask.
Okay. No, I'm just curious though. I don't know. I just find it fascinating that that you did choose this type of look for your character. And I mean, I guess I was always curious of what the influence was in general. Like,
well, he said kaiju. He said kaiju and Godzilla.
It was kaiju, but like, why this type of kaiju? Why not more like a kaiju than? I'm not saying it's to me. I just find it just. I don't know. I like it. I'm just gonna say I like it because I like this type of animal.
What type of animal, Angela?
Yeah.
I'm not saying. Have you ever had duck eggs? They are so delicious.
Look what you did. You made him leave. You made him walk away.
No, I just brought up duck eggs. What's going on?
Because you said duck. You said duck.
I said, but the eggs. I didn't actually say the animal.
What kind of eggs?
Duck eggs.
Yeah, that's the animal. That's the animal.
I said quail eggs. How about quail eggs? Quail eggs, come back. Come back.
Look what you did.
I'm sorry.
You did.
All right, that's it. I got it out of my system. That's all I wanted to say.
Inspired by kaiju and Godzilla, Angela. We just talked
remember,
about
I'll be fired. I'll be fired at the end of it.
About it.
No, but there's not any kaiju that.
It wasn't even 5 minutes ago that we talked about it.
No, I did hear that, but I'm just saying in regards to the actual representation.
Why do we always have to have representation?
I like that type of representation. Is what
type of representation?
Very hard, Jason.
What type of representation?
Let's go over the tiers. if it makes you feel better again, ALAZMAT, I will be fired at the end of this. So
She's gonna be
It's
fired.
only
at last
temporary
minute.
though, because once I'm out, you're back in.
no,
Well,
no.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. All the white women take over the Pox positions. Everybody knows that. So,
Hey,
I'm
Angela has never been on stream. She could be green for all we know.
Well, yeah, I could not have a face.
Yeah, we've established this. She could very well be a talking skeleton.
I could have a bill, even.
She
I
could.
feel like culture appropriating, and I don't appreciate that.
It's possible she is.
Look at this. Look at that. See, there's a
What's up, K-pop?
community that would probably back this book.
Well,
Yeah.
I welcome all communitas to back this book.
By the way, ALAZMAT, have you been on with K-pop at all?
That could be
I have
true.
not. That's a new face I'm looking at. This is
Yeah, hit up K-pop. Hit up K-pop. She promotes people, has people on. I don't know when she can get you on, but
She had the creator of
hit her on.
Darkwing Duck on too, by the way.
Yep.
She did. It was really cool.
I guarantee you, other creators that you've had on the show, Jason, I guarantee you, 30 minutes in, an hour in, they're just nonstop talking about the book and getting the book out there. Instead, this has been a conversation about semantics and race and ethnicities and all those other things that have nothing to do with what I'm trying to shill.
Well, actually, ALAZMAT, usually the first 45 minutes, we just get to know the creator, talk, have a little free flow fun, which we did. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. We got to know your history, what got you into comics, and like what you prefer, what artists you like. And then we talk about the book the last 15 minutes. We've been talking about your IP for a long time now, which is very good, because hopefully we'll get the eyes out there and get some backers on it. But so that's usually how it goes. Now the speciesism, the racism, that's new. That's fairly new. That's not something that usually happens. I mean, and I blame Angela by her constantly talking about Darkwing Duck and Howard the Duck and duck eggs. So I blame Angela.
You brought up that Howard. I
don't know what you're talking about. So the first tier. The first tier here is okay. So you're offering. You said it's 100 and how many pages?
It'll be at least 110, but definitely be more than 110. The way I'm going with this.
Okay, your price point is fantastic, sir.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I've noticed, and this is before this conversation even began now with a lot of people in the community, that people are overcharging for their books. And I'm like, what I'm charging, I may be offering maybe $2-3 on top of the actual cost of the printing and the shipping and all that stuff. I make a little bit of profit, not that much, but I think it's enough to, get the people interested in the book. And I'm seeing that there's people charging about around the same for far less pages. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Especially when the books aren't even complete stories.
Well, I also think you do have an advantage as being like you're doing everything, like you're doing all of it. So like you have an advantage in that regard that you don't have to pay the colorist, you don't have to pay the line guy.
That's an advantage, Jason, as well as a great sense of relief because horror stories are coming out, especially in this last week, about collaborations that happen and then things fall apart because there's communication or expectations that weren't met or what have you. And I'm like, how come I don't have that problem? Oh yeah, because I work alone. That's why.
Yep.
So
so it is a lot better.
Manga versions. I produce hardcover versions. This is a beautiful hardcover, and this is oversized. It's like 9.5 by 11, I think it is. Something to that effect.
So wow, I love that
these
cover.
citizens will have the same presentation as well. So
that's really dope.
It really does enhance the artwork, and I can only imagine the artwork in B Citizen. And the lettering being enhanced by the size. This is probably if you're gonna invest in a copy of the book, I would definitely invest in a hardcover just because it's just to me a much more beautiful presentation of it.
Nice. That is a beautiful presentation. Nice job. And like you're not wrong. We do have a lot of these conversations are about price point. To me, it does go into like there's a lot of factors that go into it. And I was talking to a friend recently. One reason why also things are like we can't charge $5 for a 48-page book. You just can't because we're not mainstream. It's like if you mainstream quote unquote will commission you to draw the page, like they pay you a page rate. Like we don't do that. If you hire a sculptor, you don't just like he's not like, hey, it's $40 for the clay, so I'm going to charge you $40 for the actual sculpture. No, he's going to charge you what is value to him with his time and effort after he sells it. Now, if you commission him, he's going to charge you a rate on top of the cost of the thing, but then you could sell it later for however much you want. So there are other factors that go into a lot of this stuff. Like you said, if we were mainstream, dude, we would be charging a lot less. But we're putting a lot of time and effort of our own time away from family, away from friends, and doing what we can. Not only that, like you just showed, giving you a high quality comic, a high quality product at a fantastic price point on top of it, though. Like, that's crazy. So we're still trying to make it as cost effective as we can and give you the best things that we possibly can. So but your price point is fantastic on this.
Yeah, and I think it's helpful when I pitch the book.
Well, not only that, times are
yeah.
tough. So
yeah, absolutely. And admittedly, my book is weird. It's not standard. Like there is a standard expectation by a lot of comic book fans, especially in the indie sphere, of what a book should look like. And admittedly, my book is a little out there in that aspect. So it's like, well, how do I get them to enjoy the book? You know, I bring up indie comics of the past. I bring up comic creators of the past, not like mainstream creators, but people like Vaughn Bodie or Lynn Ward or Gary Panther, those guys. And now it's like, oh, it begins to make sense. Like, oh, okay, I see what you're going with this. And then I go into the price point and it's like, oh, okay, it's not bad. It's pretty decent. You know, like the trade paperback of the manga I sell for like 30 each, which is generally around what you can get from a regular manga now, you know? So,
yeah.
You know, so I try to be comfortable with that and understanding that my stuff is an acquired taste.
And you're not wrong. Like it's not typical superhero genre thing that'll appeal to a wide audience. It's like kind of a niche thing. So you're like, all right, well, here's my price point. I understand it's not for everybody, but it's what I love to do. It's really what I want to do. I want to tell this story. I'm influenced by these creators, these artists, these IPs, and I just really love this. So I'm gonna try to make it a little enticing, so to speak, with a price point that you'd be like, I could do that. I'm a little curious about this weird story. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the story is weird. And you know what? I embrace it. I embrace
as you should. I
embrace the fact that a lot of people in our sphere are taken aback by it, and that's fine because you should be taken aback by it because it's not the same as what you get in other parts of the sphere because it is meant to be different. I see when I came into this sphere 6 years ago, when Comics was its early stages, I had this idea that we're gonna have different stories, different characters, different styles being brought out to the an ever hungry public waiting to get comics that are not filled with the direct that's currently in our mainstream. Fast forward a couple years later, and I'm like, well, they're really going for that one look, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not here to compete. I'm just here to offer an alternative among many alternatives. I was not prepared initially for the reaction that I got from a lot of people who said, "Oh, this is are you serious? This is a serious thing. Like this is really what you're doing." And I'm like, well, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's no John Romita, but it's definitely it calls back unique creators like Art Crumb and Charles Schultz and those guys. And I'm like, you really think this is weird, don't you? Like, you really think that indie comics didn't have this style of artwork, this type of grunge punk style of artwork that became synonymous even like with the alternative movement of the 80s with Eastman and Laird and Dave Sim. Like, well, not Sim. Sim is in a world unto himself with the artwork, but at least with Eastman and Laird, their style was pretty grunge. And I'm like, you really didn't think this wasn't part of comics history? Like, well, it just stunned me because I'm like, okay, well, now people think I'm some kind of amateur. And I'm like, well, no, I didn't pretend to be anything other than who I am. I'm just producing what I produce, and I'm telling the story that I'm telling and trying to make it as entertaining as possible. The challenge for me is, well, now that I know this and that the sentiment is out there, how do I market this? And one of the ways I started doing it was getting in tune with the comic creators of the past from the previous indie movements, like going back to the 60s with Spain Rodriguez and Gilbert Shelton, and then going to the 80s with Gary Panther, Eastman and Laird. And I'm like, okay, these are the people I have to channel, and these are the names I need to bring up so that people know, oh, he's producing that kind of work. Okay, I can get with that now because now there's a spiritual connection. Now there's a succession, you could say, from where the spirit of this comic came from, all the way back to even going back as far as the 20s with Lynn Ward. So that's what part of my marketing strategy. And the other marketing strategy is, hey, just smoke a blunt. You might like it,
Hey, and that's good too. Yeah. And that's what we, all right. And you bring up a good point. There's a lot of people and a lot of IPs I see out there that they're trying to make their book look like a mainstream book. And there's nothing wrong with it if that's really what you want to do. But you already see a lot of the mainstream style, the house style, and a lot of it, like a lot of compliments I can give are like, it looks like a comic book, and I'm not bashing it, but it means it doesn't really stand out either. It means it looks like it could be on the comic book shelf, but I like something that stands out. I like something that's like, this looks like it's a comic book, but it looks like an art book. Like it looks like there's this creator actually like delved into like different IPs, different stories, indie comics, mainstream even, was combining and meshing and growing and learning, whether it be art or story. Like I'm an artist first, and I really like artwork, and you have a certain like distinctive look here. It's great. I like that. So, and that's really what I gravitate towards. If you look at a lot of the people I mainly hang out with, we all have very different styles, and they're all very unique and very different. And I think that's what makes a real book. Like, there's nothing wrong with the mainstream looking stuff. Like any IP out there that has that, that vibe to it. And I back plenty of those projects. I'm not bashing them, but what I really am gravitated towards is something that just stands out. Like, I could look at it and be like, oh, that's ALAZMAT. Like, oh, that's Gant Plagal. Oh, that's hockey. Like, I like those kind of things. It just
and that's the thing. Like you mentioned like the style being synonymous with the person. Like, no one's gonna look at my style confused with anybody, so they'll look at it and say, "Oh, that's an ALAZMAT piece." Whether they like it or not, it's a different story. But that's not the point. The point is, it becomes synonymous, and that becomes an identity unto itself, and that's part of the long-term legacy I hope to have with Road Warrior Drake. Before I go on, let me say hi to Courtney. How you doing, Courtney? Welcome to the chat. Hey, Hen. Hey, how you doing, Hen? Welcome to the chat.
We love Hen.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the beautiful thing about comics. The comic scene is the various styles, various storytellers. So you have a plethora to pick from. So if you don't like one story, you can go for the other one. And the comic still, as a medium, could still go because there is so much to choose from and so much to pick from. And the market will decide which of those books will have legacy. I was asked a question in the chat. I was asked, do I hope to make a lot of money with this IP? And my answer to that question was, I don't expect to make a lot of money until after I'm dead. Until then, I'm gonna have fun just doing it.
Okay, my answer to that is yes. I hope to make a lot of money with everything I do. Now, I would love that. Don't get me wrong, but I mainly am. I'm still putting. We still do it because we love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to make money. Everyone wants to make money. Like, who doesn't want to make money? Now, do we expect to? No, I don't expect to make it. Like, I have a full-time job. I expect that to be my income because I get paid an hourly rate there. I don't expect anything else than what I'm getting. So if this book does gangbusters and $5 million, dude, awesome, man. You did it. Way to go. You hit your goal, what you wanted to do, and you're now a full-on comic book creator, artist, writer. You're doing your thing. You're doing the thing. That's a goal. It's a dream goal. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we're still doing it. Like,
well, here's what I'll say. One thing about that, I already am a comic creator because I already produced the book and put it out there. I already published it. Now it didn't go like millions of copies, but the point is, I went further than most people who dream about doing it. Do it. So so that cannot be taken from me. But I do want to make a lot of money, of course. Who doesn't? But the reason why I don't use that as an answer, and this is just me personally, I'm not saying that there's no wrong answer to this one, but the reason why I don't say it is because you can't take that from me if I don't make a lot of money. When I say I like it because I'm having fun doing it, that stays with me. You can't take that from me. So
I can't count how many people I went to school with, high school and such, where they wanted to make comics, and now they're what are they doing now? They're not doing it. Like, we're doing it. Like, I have 4 under my belt. You got these under your belt. Like, we did it. We're comic creators. Like, you can't take that away from us. Like, no matter what, it's still there. It's there no matter what you do. We have the determination and the gumption to strive forward, even if it's not making us bank and we're working 3 jobs on top of it. Like, it's we love it too much. Like, we're doing what other people only dream they could do. And I'm happy for it, man. I love doing it.
You hear that, Angela? You cannot take that away from me and Jason.
I won't.
You cannot do that.
She tries.
I know she does. She really does.
I try. I support campaigns.
So is this, did you back Psycho Slumber?
Not yet.
All right. So this is the digital tier. Is that what this is? The $10.
Okay. Yeah. So the PDF is a digital tier. Yes, for anybody that can't pay the shipping and they just want, like, maybe they got chump change and want to throw in there. So
it also helps. Like, you got Australian backers who are just like, the cost of ship to them is outrageous.
Yeah.
So
even Canadians.
Canada's $25 just to ship one book.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Across the border.
Yep. What's the $40 one here?
That is that's the hardcover.
Ooh, really? Only 40 for the hardcover?
Yeah.
That's actually
And that's
really
still the same
cool.
page count?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's a great price point.
I mean, it
That-
covers the printing and everything. I mean, I may make $1.02 profit, but the point is, I want to, like you said, make it as affordable as possible for people to buy it.
That's dope. If you're gonna back this, everybody, I kind of recommend that one right there. That just as somebody who, I just bought a Mike Mignola art thing at my shop for $40. I don't think it's 100 and some odd pages, so that's a crazy price point right there.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
nice. I would recommend that. What's the $12 one here?
That's the ash can. So there's gonna be an ash
Oh.
can associated with it. Now the ash can is for mature audiences. This is with the side character Pumpkin War Patch. I decided to dabble in and do a little like a cheesecake style book for my older fans. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. I like that that concept there.
The cheesecake.
Yeah, that's cheesy cake. Yeah.
Cheesecake.
You got a $55 tier here.
that's for the two trade paperbacks, I believe. That's for So you get the first book, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, and the second one, Bee Citizen, and that you save money on that one. Plus on the shipping, you save a lot of money on that tier. So if you didn't get the first book, I would recommend that one. That's the trade paperback version. I have another tier that you'll see down further for the 2 hardcovers, which is that one right there, I believe.
So you can get both
that's for the manga
hardcovers.
version.
Oh, that's the manga version. Well, still
That's
a
the manga
great price point.
Yeah.
This one's 15.
Yeah,
That's
for
the PDF for
the
both. All
Right.
right. So 80 at 80, you get both hardcovers.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, but that's a great price. That's crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It like granted, like we said, times are tough and it's
Mhm.
not easy to do. But if you have the scratch, yeah, without a doubt, and you missed out on the first campaign, back that. That's crazy good. That's crazy good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nice tier there. What's the 75?
Oh, that's the trade paperback, the 2 trade paperbacks and the ash can.
Okay. Oh, nice. So you get all 3 there rather than
Right.
just
And 95 is the 2 hardcovers and the ash can.
Now that's the thing with Fun My Comic though, they kind of have it like a shopping cart. So if you wanted to customize it, you still can.
Yeah.
So if you want to add on like an extra ash can, you can do that and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So Fun My Comic is a really good site. We like
Yeah.
Stone over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you have a really fantastic looking book. Amazing price point on top of it. So it's kind of like a no brainer to me. For backing, it's a fun, adventurous, kind of futuristic sci-fi. Like, I mean, we can call it that. I think I with what you're saying is kind of post-apocalyptic, but I don't like saying that word just because it gets overused.
I
But
agree.
But it's still, it sounds like a very fun, engaging thrill ride, if you will.
It is, and as I'm producing it, I'm like, man, this is going to be a lot of fun. Like I'm like when I go from like one scene to the other, I'm like, there's a lot being told just in these 2 pages alone. And I'm like, this is going to be fun. People reading this are going to go through a thrill ride with this book because a lot happens, but it all ties in at the end.
Now, is this going to be? You have like a limited series of like, is this going to be a full on thing? Because these are all single stories that you're doing, but
Yes.
are you going to have? Do you have a limited number of them, or are you going to just
So-
do it until you die?
So the question, okay, so to answer that question, when I first came onto the scene, it was just going to be 1 book. But then as I started producing that book, I'm like, you know what? I can do a trilogy of these books. So the goal is a trilogy of books, like 3 graphic novels, each with their own contained story, but connecting to tell the overall epic saga of Road Warrior Drake. My original plan then was just do those 3 books and then just call it a career. But I have a trademark on Drake's name, so unless I print out books every so often, I could lose a trademark if I don't produce books. So the plan now is do the 3 graphic novels that tells the overall epic saga of the character, and then every year do like a 20-page book, like 20 floppies, telling a simple side story that takes place within the overall arc of the character, so it can be placed anywhere during the adventures of the character. And there you go.
Okay, so you have other IPs and stories you're going to tell of other things.
I did, but what happened was it was impressed upon me by somebody, and I think this person was trying to be a dick about it, but he was correct, which is I'm synonymous with Road Warrior Drake. Like Jim Davis is synonymous with Garfield.
Right.
Charles Wood is synonymous with Peanuts. Von Bodie is synonymous with Cheech Wizard, even though he did other IPs, but Cheech Wizard was his main thing. I'm like, if my bread and butter is going to be Road Warrior Drake. It's just I got too much going on. I got so many projects I want to do that when it comes to comics, unless I have an idea that I know is going to make bank or it's going to be um, something that could catch on, I'm going to stick with Drake and the world surrounding Road Warrior Drake.
But so you're gonna stick with the world around Drake. So if you do another comic that isn't solely based on Drake, it'll be on like one of the side characters or other characters. So you're gonna
Yeah,
have
there's
that
room for
world
that.
building.
Right, there's room for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So well, there you go. So like like to kind of quote unquote take a break from like making a Drake book, you could do one of the other characters and like make even like a smaller book and have like less price point at that point.
Right.
And yeah. Yeah,
There's room for that. There's absolutely room for that. You know, when I said I was going to do like these like 20-page books about Drake down the road, there's always room to have like another story about a character in that world and tell that story.
Nice. Nice. Everybody go check it out. Links are pinned to the top of the chat as well as in the description below.
Yeah, I dropped the link also to his channel. I'll do it again.
I have his YouTube down there.
YouTube. Okay, cool.
Why can't I redirect to somebody?
He, yeah, I really do enjoy his Thursday show because he'll talk about other parts of the comic sphere that I don't hear about. So it's a really good time. I learned something. So good stuff.
Nice. Do you have anything else you might want to add, ALAZMAT? Any
well, next week
thing I didn't ask you, maybe.
Right. Next week at 9:00 Eastern Time, Road Warrior Drake will be doing the 5th annual Halloween Sleepathon. It'll be on my channel, in which Road Warrior Drake tries to stay awake, but he ends up falling asleep to 2 horror films. We will have guest panelists on to try to keep it entertaining as well, and some surprises throughout. So come hang out for that, and it'll be a fun time.
That does sound fun. And tomorrow, aren't you going to a con or something?
Oh, you know what? You're right. I got to bring it up. So tomorrow I'm going to be at Brick, New Jersey for the Heroes Con from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And since this is the weekend of New York Comic Con, we have a lot of comic fans or fans of the genre that can't make it to New York Comic Con because price point, traffic is just terrible out there and it's congested and they can't make it. So we have a smaller con in New Jersey in Brick where you come out and, you know, save money and just get comics, merch, whatever. It'll be a fun time, and it's Halloween themed. So I already got my pumpkin, which I'm going to not carve, but I just draw a face on it, and have some candy for the kids. That while I have copies of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake in both the hardcover, not both, in 3 formats: the hardcover, the trade paperback, and the manga version. I'm also going to have brochures handy to promote B Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be great for the family, great for people that are in the area. And New Jersey is a great hub for comic fans. So I'm appreciating that. So come hang out tomorrow if you're in the Brick area.
Yeah, definitely go see ALAZMAT. Even if you don't pick anything up, say hi, or maybe are you gonna have a QR code that people can scan maybe that will take you to the campaign so if they could save it to their device if they want it back later or something.
A QR code?
Yeah, like whenever you're at your booth. Do you have like a QR code people can scan?
Oh, no, I don't, but I'll have to work on that.
Well, and no, I mean it's just an idea. Like I have that for like my social media as well as whatever campaign I have live. I have that on like a little 8.5 by 11 paper, and then they could scan that at a con, and that way they could. It's easier for people to do that rather than. I have some people take photos of like my name if they don't want to do that, but yeah, it's just nice to do. People do like QR codes. Angela, this was a fun stream. Is there any more questions in the chat for ALAZMAT?
Jeff says that
that aren't racist.
That is great. Dan Plagle
friend
does not have. I don't think he has any racism in him, especially for
he doesn't. Plagle is all heart.
I don't see anything else. But
Angela, do you have any more questions for ALAZMAT?
No, I don't. I think I've braided him with enough. It's been fun.
I have one last question for you, ALAZMAT. It's not racism. It's not speciesism. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
That is an excellent question, and I feel like I'm now getting some actual legit validity with that question. So to answer that wonderful question, what kind of superpower would I like to have? Maybe the ability to morph into different types of monsters or characters.
Like kaiju?
Maybe.
Ooh. That's cool.
That
I've
is
not heard
that's
that
a good one. I like that one. Yeah, that's a I think that's a first. That's a first.
Oh, well, you go. Yeah, I love being unique and a trendsetter. It's awesome.
You are a trendsetter, my friend. Thank you for coming on, ALAZMAT. This was a lot of fun. Really had a good time. And everybody, please back Road Warrior Drake.
Yeah,
It looks like a
thanks so
fantastic
much.
book.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you for coming out, everybody. To the chat, Angela. Thanks for the co-hosting, and we couldn't do this without you. And ALAZMAT, thanks for making it, man. I know. All jokes aside, I know life gets busy, things come up, or like I forget, so people forget. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
I mean, yeah, things definitely came up. My house was ransacked by raisins. I had a fight of evil.
Ransacked.
I
Yeah.
fought evil.
Thank you for being a hero, sir. Thank you for being a hero.